I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This is the first episode of We Happy Podcast, man. Got some guests in the building. Got my son with me. Got my brothers on the other side, man. And today, we just really just trying to make it happen, man. So, quick conversation, man. How do y'all feel about like success in Flint right now? Like, you think we at the top, or y'all think it's still more to go?
There's definitely still more to go. We getting a lot of shine for different reasons, you know what I'm saying? We got people popping out on the artistic side with music or what have you. We got, you know what I mean, people doing their thing with their small businesses, but it's a lot more to come for sure.
Yo, shout out to Kyle Kuzma for donate that bread to the
Oh
YMCA.
yeah, we got
That
athletes
was a
too.
dog.
Yeah, we didn't needed that one. That was a push for sure. I feel like, honestly, man, I feel like if more people don't get the moving right now, faster, it's going to come to an end. I feel like it ain't enough, though. You know, like, I feel like the couple that's rocking out, they rocking out. But if more don't come behind them on some right now, I feel like it's going to start declining.
More people need to take advantage of the momentum that's going on.
To keep the momentum, basically, because if not, I feel like it's a good chance that stuff might just die down, fall off a little bit.
Definitely could happen. That seemed like kind of a cycle in Flint. You know what I mean? We kind of get popping a little bit for a certain reason, and then it kind of dwindle. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could work though. I feel like people could. I don't know. I don't think people got enough confidence. I think the main thing we missing is just confidence. I don't think because it's a million people right now at the crib, man, with so many ideas, but they like waiting on $1 million. Like everybody be like, if I get $1 million, I'm gonna do this. If I get, you know what I mean? Like nobody is just like on some like they waiting on the million to act, but in reality, the million kind of like never just come like that. Like so, therefore, nobody is kind of like moving. If you would just nobody is taking the baby steps in between to get the million to pop the plan. Everybody more so just waiting on the million.
That's a fact. Everybody always, man, if I had the money, then I'll do this and I'll do that. Like, nigga, you better do it now because you really ain't got a plan to get the money or you would have been had the money and did it. So, you got to work with what you got to get what you want, nigga.
For sure. Look around. And in that case, you end up doing nothing. You sit so long, you end up doing nothing, and now you like stuck. Now you stuck doing that. Then you get to add more bills, you get to add more kids, and just life, period. Yeah, more life get to happen, and then you like, it's like you put yourself into a hole to where it's like yeah. At that point, it's like it's about maintaining what you got. At that point, it ain't even about taking the extra steps outside of what to do anything because you kind of like stuck. It's about maintaining the household of the 5 kids or 4 kids or whatever it may be. Like it ain't even you don't even got enough energy to even go do nothing else after that. Like rightfully so, because you got 5 kids. 5 kids, that's 5 different miles. That's five dropping off 5 kids to don't let them go to different schools. The 5 baby mama or baby daddies, it can go either way. Like you just pretty much kind of like in a hole at that point. And then at that point you damn near need the $1 million to get out of that hole that you didn't do for yourself, basically, because it's that's deep at that point. Like, but I just feel like confidence. I feel like if more people just started now, like just start. Everybody, I'm gonna wait till this. I'm gonna wait till just start right now and pop it off, and let's just see where it takes you. You gon' you gon' progress in whatever you focus on. Period. So
Yeah, you gotta have that determination for real. You gotta have that hunger for it for real, cause it's a million little things you can do. You ain't gotta do the big thing first. You know what I'm saying? You put the big thing first because you know you ain't really that hungry. Because you can do all this little stuff, but you want to pick the big thing first because you know you ain't capable of doing it. So now you just procrastinating, really, just holding yourself back, but giving yourself an excuse. Don't give yourself no excuse. Do them little things.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's crazy because it's going through my own little motion with what I be doing. The the small things is what make the big things though. Like I feel like it'd be better if you did the small. Don't skip the small things. Like even if you damn near had a chance to skip them, you probably it'd be more beneficial and sustainable to your company or whatever you building to not skip them because that's where the lessons at. That's where you learn the most at. That's where you gonna fail at. That's where you gonna go broke at. That's where you gonna all that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen in new moments. It ain't gonna happen in the moments that you supposed to be sitting back chilling.
And two, the bad things don't happen in the moments. It be some good things too. Like, okay, we gotta go through the bad, but it be some good things. Like I done did this little bit, and then led to this, which led to the big thing. Like, you know, it's good and bad in every step of this process, every step of the way. You gotta just take it on. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's just we all gotta. That's just what it gotta be. Like them things right there. Them little steps. You gotta be okay with taking the little steps to get to the bigger plan. Just point blank period. Because if you don't, the chances of you taking the little steps is more obtainable than the big overall thing. So if you wait, you fuck around. I think what I be saying to myself sometimes is, man, it's you don't rush, but you never wait. You like gotta find that sweet spot, like right in the middle, to where it's like I'm gone. Like like you find that sweet spot and just drill it. Because if not, you fuck around and wait too long, you miss the opportunity. You fuck around and move too fast, you know how that goes. Then they're like running up the stairs, you down there. You got to find that sweet spot. Like, okay, well, I don't feel like I'm rushing it, but I don't feel like I'm waiting either. I waited long enough, I should say. Cool. Let's go. Let's work.
And two, shit, ain't nothing wrong with having a plan. You know, a lot of times be like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. You need to sit down, make you a plan, figure out what you really want to do, and figure out a way that you want to get there, and just start doing every day. Do something towards your plan every day. Make something happen every day. Get up. I'm going after this. Because a lot of times, you know, you get up, it be a week to pass. You ain't did nothing towards that thing you said you wanted.
Yeah.
So,
A bunch of wasted time. You know what I'm saying? I like to assign different tasks to a different day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an overall goal, but let me break it down. You know what I'm saying? Monday I'm doing this. Tuesday I'm doing that. Like you said, by the time the week done passed, some real progress done got made. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I can look back and see where I came from. Like that's dope.
and two, it ain't overnight. Everybody want to get rich overnight or get rich. Oh, I've been doing this for 6 months, a year. Man, it take longer than that. You think motherfuckers just getting rich out the blue just because they had an idea? Oh, I had an idea. I pursued it. You got to put the work in. It's gonna take some time. You know what I'm saying? Them hard times is what make you.
For sure. I think I don't know. Like, I feel like here in Flint, per se, like, when I ride around, I'll be like, it's like, I see why people don't follow their dreams, bro. I can see how it could trap you. Like if you any type of week riding around Flint and just looking at it, you can understand like, dang, I understand kind of why you haven't moved or your surrounding. I could see your surroundings just taking control of your whole mental. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you got to be strong enough to just a lot of people can come in here and look at Flint and see the dirtiness and this and that and what they say on the news, all that. But I can ride around Flint and be like, ooh, okay. You know, like it's different. Like I ride around and be like, ooh, like whether it's I ain't going back there or okay, it's really the bottom. Like it's really the bottom. So nigga grind. Just grind. Make it shake. Make it happen. Like don't stop wherever you at. You don't stop. Keep running because if you don't, Everybody got them people that don't leave off that certain side of the town. Like people ain't people don't leave they four corners sometimes. Like that's really happens. They only know they liquor store. They only know that one pharmacy. They only know that one grocery store. A lot of people ain't ever even, bro. It will trip you out, bro. A lot of people ain't really ever went out to eat as a family. Like that's crazy, but it's true though. Like just think about it. When we was younger, we ain't necessarily go out to eat. Like it wasn't no no. No, it wasn't no like out to eat. So fast forward.
We was that. We ain't really leave our block for real. You know what I'm saying? When we was little kids, man.
Exactly. So just imagine a little kid. A little kid mind is the most. I feel like the most like open to things. As you get growner, you can start to close and close and close and kind of like just close up on it. But a kid mind, you can say a kid really think they can jump off the refrigerator and fly. You know what I mean? You get older, you like, nah, ain't no fucking flying. Like, ain't none of that. So you don't even attempt. But a kid will attempt. A kid mind at that age, bro. So just imagine. That was back then. So 2023, man, it's kids. Just because we may not be in that same situation no more or living like that or such and such or whatever, but it's still kids that's living that. It's still kids who mama is strung out on drugs. It's still kids who, going without in these situations. So it's like,
It definitely. I was just in Sunridge the other day. I just seen a group of kids playing around, and I'm like, damn, two of them don't even got no coat on, and it's cold out here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you cold too. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you ain't got no coat on, cause you ain't got no coat. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be like far fetched to some people. Like,
Yeah.
man, coat. Like some kids out here, no coat for real, no food, no. It's like for real. It's still going on. Everybody be seeing everybody at prom. Oh, hell, these little kids nowadays, they got so much more than us. No, everybody ain't got so much more than us. Some of them kids you see, yeah. The other kids you don't see, it's bad still.
it's almost exactly what you just said. The kids you see be the ones who got it, but it's still the other side to where you don't see them because they probably don't got it. You know what I mean? They picture ain't going up on the Facebooks and that type of shit because they don't have it. Like they just don't have it. And if I wish that it could be different, but it's kind of like you need that. It's fucked up. Now that I think about it, it's messed up because just imagine if everybody grew up with it. What would the world be like? You get what I'm saying?
No hunger, no
Yeah, like
motivation, no nothing.
in a crazy way, you kind of, damn, I don't even feel right saying it, but
Gotta have both sides.
you gotta have both sides. That's crazy. I ain't never thought about that. You got to have both sides. Because that kid that grew up with it is going to be able to influence that kid that didn't have it. And just like the kid who didn't have it can influence the ones who have
Yeah,
it.
he gonna inspire the kid that don't have it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
he might
make
be able
them,
to teach the one who do have it a lesson. You know what I mean? Once they meet.
make them hungry. Like, you just put up and like, man, I gotta have that. That be that fuel to that fire for real. Like, man, I gotta have that. I want to get that. Now your mind thinking, what can I do to get that? How can I?
Now you open it up. But that's basically where I was going with it. We don't necessarily see it. You know what I mean? Like you got, ain't much to really see. So when you in these situations, when it's that kid that don't leave off that block or whatever, they don't see it. You almost need, I hate to say it, you damn near need the drug dealer with the rims. That's as far as we can get though. In the hood, like you need him to come down the street with the bang in a nice car. So that's all we had to see was that. Like we ain't necessarily see shit, nothing else. It was that. That's what you saw. You saw that. And that's what our make it was. So after that, okay, cool. That's what you shooting for. Damn near. Like that's what you, as a kid, that's your goal is to this. I gotta have the rims. He hopped out fresh. He had the girls. He had 3 cell phones. Like that's kind of like what you shooting for as a kid. But if you just imagine a kid though that probably grow up in California or something, you know, they see. Not saying that they necessarily got it better, but seeing, just seeing though, they can see a palm tree, they can see this, they can see that, or whatever the case may be. They seen the Lambo come through.
But they also seen that side that we don't see. Like, okay, we got hoods, we got this gangster shit and all this, but they like real colors. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta know. Like around here, wear whatever I want to wear. You know what I'm saying? Nobody better say nothing to me, but there is like so the good got they ugly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they uglier, a little uglier than ours. Like, yeah, I feel like that. I feel like yeah, we go through it and all that. Yeah, we got our hood, but you and your hood, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much straight, but like them, they gang banging at 12, 10. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to put this flag on. You know what I'm saying? You a kid. You don't know no better. You don't know what's best for you. You thinking everybody got that flag on. So it's like just like we see the drug dealers like, woo, man, fuck, I want to get into that. Now they see gang banging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There ain't no money, no none of that.
Yeah,
Just
that's what I was just
we
saying.
just
Ain't no
straight.
money in it.
Yeah, we just. But to them, it's just like seeing that motherfucker with the rims. Seeing cuz y'all see how they talk about
More
him.
notoriety,
Yeah,
respect, and all
going
that.
down.
I feel like that's crazy. That's a good way to look at it though, because I ain't never think that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
possible.
like I got a palm tree, but you know what I'm saying? I had to put this flag on that team. You know what I'm saying? When you was playing basketball, I had to put the flag on. I knew not to wear this hat at 10 years old. I knew not to wear this certain type of color. I can't go here. I know the whole demographic of this shit. Like, man, we ain't even, we know we go to this hood. We might get into it with y'all. We might fight, but we don't go to your hood. It ain't nothing.
That's wild. I ain't think of it that way for sure. I wonder. So what you think? What you think could happen here though? That could change it. That could. Man, I guess it's a lot of shit that can change it, but just what could happen that you think will change the narrative around here though?
Shit, I feel like it's kind of emotional a little bit where all right, we changing the downtown. We trying to make it more of this type of town. Okay, we going to the hood, tearing it like we trying to build it out, but it's like more so knowledge. Like you know what I'm saying? We in the hood, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't see, we don't know. Like
Yeah,
more people that come from that area could feel me go back and yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can do this, you know what I'm saying? Just
yeah,
financial literacy, anything along them lines. Like, we ain't never seen this amount of money. We don't know about we don't even trust banks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
yeah.
putting my money in no bank. They gonna take it, they gonna do it. So it's like just getting more people comfortable with the normal way of living. Like, that's definitely something that can help. Like, education for real. And not just that school education, just life education.
Yeah, it's funny. I like to say though when I graduated high school, like everybody went to college. Like, but I remember it was a time where I was like, I felt I felt like below everybody because I wasn't going to college. Like you know how the 11th grade years when you get to talking about the FAFSA and the you know what I mean the funding this and this. You get to get out of class early to go do this and this and this. But I remember like in that time I wasn't doing that like and I felt like I was below everybody else, right? And just fast forward now, everybody went to college, and everybody like I didn't go to college. So when everybody went to college, it was they was off to college or whatever. But I was still here, basically just ooping and juking my way through it. But I'm saying that to say, I felt like in a crazy way, not going to college, I was like sprung into real life before everybody. Like they went to college. Yeah, they had their problems and whatever they dealt with. But I'm talking about like real life kinda. I was kind of like that's two different things. Going to school and real life is just two different
I can relate. You know what I mean? Cause I really, you feel me, did the whole stretch.
things.
You know what I'm saying? I can attest to that, bro. You know, it was more of a cushion. You know, and like you said, I had my problems. You know what I mean? I had to still have money and still, you know what I mean, wanted to do certain things, but it was definitely a cushion as far as, like you said, real life. I was in a closed environment. I was, you know, it was safe. It was a schedule. You know what I mean? Everything was kind of handed to me when I was there. You know what I mean? So it was.
It's just crazy now because I look back at it like, I mean, I hate to say it, especially around my son and shit, but the reality of it is me not going to college pushed me further than everybody else. You know what I mean? Like in a crazy way. Like I couldn't imagine if I would have went to college would I know or would I even be this far. You know, like with the knowledge that I obtained, like going to get a crib and you know what I mean, this car, that car, or whatever the case may be. Like I kind of learned that a little earlier. So when everybody came back, it was like a 3-year period, right, where everybody started coming back from college. But I was still, you know, it just hanging around basically. But I was learned real life in that little time span. But everybody came back, and I just was like, "What y'all come back for? I thought it was so good." And I realized then, like, oh,
That's you gotta have a set path that really makes sense in real life. Because
Yeah,
college, you can do so much at college. You know, so you
yeah,
can go for college for this. But then actually you come home and be like, nah, ain't real. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You really want to do something, you should have did this or that. Like, man, I
That's
should
exactly
have
what it
had you
be.
behind for
That's
real.
exactly
If
what
you
it
ain't got
be,
no real
man.
plan.
Think it's finna pop off as soon as you graduate. Think they gonna be looking for you. All this different stuff. I mean, you gotta go hard, like for
Yeah.
real.
Honestly though, everybody that I know who went to college and got a degree, they don't work in their field. I don't know one person who work in their field that went to college. Not one. People with master degrees, all that. I don't know one person. It's like, damn, you went to college to get your master's degree, but you know what I'm saying? You work at a shoe store. You know what I'm saying? You work at a club. You know what I'm saying? All this different stuff. And you could have been working here. You could have
Exactly.
been got right out of high school and got this money and been ahead. But you
Yeah.
done went 4 years and did nothing and didn't come back with nothing but debt.
so because y'all went to college, right? Do y'all think college is good under a certain structure? Like if you own a certain path?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like if you trying to be a doctor, you know what I mean, certain stuff that you really need to go to college for, and you like, nigga, I like this, it's my passion or whatever. Then yeah, for sure. But like me, I went for music and entertainment business. You know, like that's something you could have really did on your own if you really just grinded it out. You know what I mean? And you got to grind it out anyway, the same way, pretty much. You know, as soon as you get out. So it's like, why you ain't just do that beforehand? But you know. Lesson learned, I guess.
Yeah, that's life. But I ain't too though, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people look at life different. So it's like sometimes you done grinded, you did all this, you got all this, but you ain't live life. You know what I'm saying? You ain't experienced nothing. So sometimes people look at that like you really losing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like, yeah, you know, you grinded, you got this, you did that, but your life sucked. You know what I'm saying? You're unhappy. You ain't did nothing fun. You ain't enjoy life. Like, yeah, I don't got that, but I enjoy life. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I still have a chance to get that. So some people be looking at it like that, like, yo, go on vacation,
that's a
y'all.
good
Be
point.
like, go on vacation. I be looking at people like, you still pay rent. You know what I'm saying? You still, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is you going on vacation? You coming back home and having to deal with this reality. Like, what's the point of it? Should make you depressed, but it's like people need that break and they really enjoy it and they just look at life totally different. Like,
So all in all, really, it just depends on the person.
depend, depend on the
Basically,
person.
depending on your goals, you know what I'm saying?
So I can ask a person who went to college and don't work in a field and be like, damn, don't that feel stupid that you went there? And then say, no, I don't feel stupid. Like, I got a master's degree.
Yeah.
I was just talking to somebody the other day. And I'm like, what you going to school for? You know what I'm saying? They like what you mean? Like, to, you know what I'm saying, get stuff under my belt and all this. I'm like, yeah, but you ain't gonna make no more money. You gonna make $6 more. You in the school for 3 extra years, you gonna make $6 more. I'm like, that don't make no sense to me. I'm like, did you even think about that? Like, you 2 years in, you got a whole year left. Like, but you ain't never think about that. They like, I'm just going so a person can, you know what I'm saying, say like, oh, she is this or that, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going for the name of it. So I'm like,
Nah, if you know you going for the name of it,
so you
it's
won't.
different if you caught in the trap of it or whatever.
Yeah.
So you knowingly like, nigga, I'm going
And
just for
it
the
was
name.
crazy to me. I'm like, what?
Crazy.
You care about what somebody introduced you
Yeah,
as? You know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying? And they like, but
that
this is
person
how a
whole
lot of
life
people
messed up, boy.
feel and think. But also they life good. You know what I'm saying? They life good now. They don't have to go. They could go. It's a personal choice. I'm going because I want this under my name. You know what I'm saying? And to them, that means something. To us, who cares? But it's like, it's all about the perspective though. Like, you look at it this way, I look at it this way. So they finna go, they ain't gotta do this. They choosing to do it. They finna get this name under their belt. Nobody's gonna address them as that. You know what I'm saying? They call you by your regular name. But it's gonna feel good to them to have that. So it's just like, man, it's just all about how you look at it and how you look at your life.
Well, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy because I'm, I'm just thinking like, that is half of Flint. Half of Flint is living, more than half is living like a false reality. Like half of Flint is trying to look like, and that's another thing that take away from the time that you could be spending trying to act like more people want to look like they got it than to actually have it. You get what I'm saying? Like, so instead of taking the energy to take the steps to do this, and this, no, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go buy that Gucci outfit that people that already look like this look like, and I'm gonna put that on, and they gonna think that I like it's too much energy. Like they don't spend the energy wisely, as far as just doing that. So I feel like if most people would take all that away, I wish like you couldn't wear it for a year. Like you couldn't do none of that for a year, and you really had to be who you really are for a year. Most people would be like probably kill themselves because they wouldn't be behind that glass of just faking no more. You can't fake. You got to actually have it. You actually got to have your stuff going correctly, or it can't even be. They'd be sick.
And then too, shit, that ain't even just Flint. It's like the whole world. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
that's
whole
especially with this
world,
social
everywhere you
media.
go.
That's what it all about now. Like Instagram, you only seeing the highlights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're definitely only seeing the highlights of pretty much everybody's life. Like we was talking about off of camera, like how most people get in front of the camera and just be like, when it comes to the negative, when people get to write the negative under their stuff or whatever, bro. People, like you said, people really kill themselves over that. Like, cause exactly, they not really secure with themselves. So most people is not. They gotta put on this. They gotta dry this. You can't be seen in this because this make you look like this. But in reality, like if you really got it, you really got it. It shouldn't even matter.
And two, you'll mess around and figure out that people don't even like you for you. You know what I'm saying? And then that be what they scared of. Like, if I just be me, then they
It's
won't
that
be around.
security.
But it's like, what's the point of having these people around? You can't be yourself. Now you unhappy
Security.
with yourself to keep these people. Like, man, you might as well be yourself. Figure out who for you, who gonna have your back, who gonna be there, and just rock out with life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, and we can bring that to a close actually because, like I was telling you off camera, bro, my forehead big. That's my forehead. Like you know what I mean? I had this forehead for 30 years. Like I can't change it. Like so basically we're gonna wrap this up, man. The sum of this is basically be yourself. What y'all say? Be yourself to get you through the doors that you really need to. Be yourself. What else?
Stay down.
Stay down. Don't fake it. And just I say confidence too. I'm gonna say confidence. confidence, I think self-confidence is one of the highest though, because if you feel like you can do something, then you can actually do it. You know what I mean? Like that's where it just starts. Like, so yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. This is the first episode, man. We got plenty more to go. That was that was what you say? That was hope you soaking up this game, man. Hope you soaking up this game. Look, I appreciate y'all, man. We happy podcast. I'll catch y'all later, man.